Welcome to Night 4 of the WBSC Premier12 presented by Raxis. Craig Durham and Tony Alvarez with you here in Guadalajara, Mexico. And Tony, it has been an exciting start to the tournament, and it's been a surprising start to the tournament. The two teams on top, Panama and Venezuela, the two teams at the bottom, the United States and Mexico. And tonight's matchup here in Guadalajara between the two teams in the middle, Puerto Rico and the Netherlands. Now let's start with the teams on top. What's gone so well for Panama and for Venezuela to be 2-1 after 3 days?
Well, I've been loving what Panama has been doing with clutch hitting and avoiding self-inflicted wounds that we saw in day one. They lost a very heartbreaking game against the Netherlands, who plays tonight. And on the other side, Venezuela, with their pitching, has done a great job in clutch hitting. However, in their matchup between each other, Panama avoided those self-inflicted wounds that we saw in day one, and they beat a very good pitching staff in Venezuela, even though overall they look well. They're setting up good. They're both 2-1. However, head-to-head, Panama's on top, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, Panama has been tied or ahead in almost every game they've played so far in this tournament. And then on the other side of the coin, two big surprises, maybe the biggest disappointments to this point in the tournament, the United States and Mexico. Two of the favorites, both 1 and 2. They both need to win out and get a little bit of help. What's gone wrong for those two teams?
Well, that's an interesting question. I'm going to start with USA first. We know they can hit. They showed against Netherlands. They tack on 12 runs. However, against Puerto Rico, 0 runs. And then in their other loss against Venezuela, they fell short. Only 3 times they scored. So clutch hitting, that's been an issue in their losses. For Mexico, I'm going to say also clutch hitting. That's a cliche. But how about their pitching? It looked good for Mexico in night 2. However, their bullpen and starting pitching, not so good in day 1 and day 3. Going into the final part and stage here in Group A play, that's going to be a factor, and they're going to have to tack on some wins.
You mentioned bullpens. Bullpens have been a key factor throughout this tournament. It'll continue to be that way as we wrap things up. But then two teams playing tonight. They had the night off last night. They've each played 2 games. They're both 1-1. The Netherlands, as you mentioned, kind of a big loss on the scoreboard to the United States after the big emotional win on day 1. What do they have to do to get back in the win column tonight?
Well, they're going to rely on their pitching, especially starting pitching. A lot of experience for this game. You guys will get into that one in a few minutes. However, that's going to be big. Why? Because on the other side, for this Puerto Rican team, it's going to be a bit different because they have a youngster on the mound. Now, he knows how to do it. He has represented his home country earlier this year in the U23s in Nagna Miranda. However, experience is a factor here, and another cliche, pitching and defense wins you championships.
Yeah, Puerto Rico has a very young squad, but they have shown they are here and ready to compete with anybody. Tony, it'll be a great night of baseball. We'll look forward to bringing it to you in just a few moments. Alex Cohen will be alongside for the call. Stick around. Night 4, the WBSC Premier 12 starts next.